Hello. Got a little defrosting going on. The game plan this week is similar to last week in the sense of I'll be using steakums. They're 100% beef. So they're not cheap. I think this is like 10, 12 bucks. But I have it in my freezer. So I'm going to be using, this is how many? It's 1 pound. I've got another one for 2 pounds. And I'm doing math here. Get ready. And this is 3 pounds. So 5 pounds. Maybe I'll just do, you know what I'm going to do? Look at this. I'm planning and scheming. So I'm going to cook this and this together along with, gotta have my liver. Because, got to have the liver, got to have all my vitamins. So, the extra vitamins anyway. So I'll have this for my breakfast this week. I still have 2 left over from last week. But anyway, so I'll have steakum, ground beef, and liver, and that'll be my breakfast. I'll have some bacon for it'll just be in the refrigerator for whenever. I kind of went freezer shopping. Sorry. And I had some tilapia. So I was like, oh, that's good. I should add some tilapia in with my food. So I'm going to cook some. These I don't dislike. Not like that salmon. Blech. I can't even think of that salmon. That was disgusting. So anyway, so I'll have some. What I'll do is, I went to Walmart this morning. I needed some heavy cream. And for $4.50, I'll round up, $4.50, they have these chuck pot roasts. So what I'm going to do is fry them up like a steak, because I don't like the texture of pot roast. And they're not very thick, it's about 1 inch thick, so that'll be perfect. Because I undercook them anyway, so that way when I microwave them, they don't get too done. So this is 5 pounds together. So I'll get 5 meals out of this. Actually, I'm going to try to spread it out and maybe get like 7 meals. And then try to add a little tilapia in there. So I may have steak and tilapia. And then I've also had these sitting out. And I'm going to go ahead and cook them since I did pull them out of the freezer. So, because, I don't want to, they're fully cooked, but I don't want to pull them out and then put them back and have myself die from something. And then some shrimp. So when I'm frying the tilapia, and I'll do the shrimp, and so I'll have steak and shrimp and tilapia this week and some hamburgers for my suppers. When I get to cooking that, I'll show you a little update. Today is Saturday. Ooh, man, those cabinets look terrible. Huh. Okay, well, let's not look at them then. So, this week, I'm just going to talk to you this way. We'll watch Callie. Hi, sweet girl. It was Thanksgiving, so today's Saturday. Wednesday, Mom and I went out and had steaks. So that was really good. I was able to stay on track then. I did have some, I think, green beans and broccoli. So that was fine. And then, because I do occasionally eat vegetables, I'm not like strong anti-vegetables like a lot of people. I do try to avoid them, but if I'm going to go out to eat and it comes as a side, if I can't get bacon for a side, then, I'll just eat the broccoli and green beans. So then Thanksgiving, I went to a friend's house. She had turkey and ham, and that was so good. I also had some green beans. They were cooked in with bacon and a little salad. That was great. Evidently in that ham, though, I saw the pineapples, and I knew better, but I didn't listen to my gut. And so, so of course if it's got, where you have pineapples, there's going to be brown sugar. So, between that and Wednesday at work, we had a bring snacky type foods. And I ate a lot of cream cheesy type stuff, little smokies type stuff. So I am up, let's see if it was 303 and 310. I'm up 7 pounds this week. But, you know, I know that it's not, since Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in 4 days, I know that's not 7 pounds of fat. I know it's fluid, so it's just a matter of just eating, getting back on track and eating like I'm supposed to eat. And then, you know, and then it'll come back off. I could take a diuretic or two, but I'm not going to. I'm really in this for the long haul. I went to my nurse practitioners on Wednesday and we talked about it. I've got the thumbs up from her. She knows somebody who has lost 100 pounds doing this, and their labs are great and they're doing great. So so it's kind of, my family is okay because, you know, my doctor said it's okay, and my doctor knows somebody in my area, so in this area doing it, so it kind of calmed their nerves a little bit. As far as labs and stuff, she said I've only been on it, since I've been on it 5 weeks, she wants me to wait until February. So by then I will have been on it 3 months, and then we'll check out the labs. So I've been able to come off my diuretics. I've been able to come off my antidepressant. I have taken myself off allergy medicines. I've been on them for my whole life. I mean, since I was 18, so, you know, 30 years. So I'd really like to kind of see what my baseline is now at this age, and if the diet does anything different. So so I've taken myself off that. I no longer have to take heartburn medicine, so that's great. So yeah, things are definitely turning around for me physically. Like I said before, Mother Nature came, so that's interesting because for 2 years, you know, I didn't have one. So we talked, and my nurse practitioner is 100% on board. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, so that's what's going on. And so with that information, I will continue. And like I said, so this week is going to be different as far as my eating. Because I had the shrimp in the freezer, and I had the tilapia in the freezer. And this was not. I just picked that up this morning, so that doesn't need to defrost. And the ground chuck does not need to defrost. So I'm going to put this stuff back in the refrigerator. At some point, look at all those bone broths. I have chicken and beef bone broth. I haven't needed, or I definitely loved them when I was sick. In the upcoming some point, I've got some pork chops and some couple steaks and some beef patties and some more shrimp down there. So I'll be cooking that stuff at some point, and that's left over from last week. Those are the steaks, and those are the ground beef breakfasts. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Like I said, I'm gonna add eggs this week. I do have a box of fully cooked bacon back there, some cream. I need to go through and start cleaning and trashing some of this stuff, but it kills me when you buy stuff and then you have to throw it away. I don't even know. Oh, I think that's a whole bunch of cheeses down there. And boy, that looks dirty too. Boy, man, oh man. Good thing I'm not OCD. Good thing nobody OCD lives in this house. And then those sodas, you can see I've had those probably a couple months. But anyway, oh, I did pick up some Kerrygold this morning. So, yep, I'll have those back in my life. But anyway, so yeah, so I'll hit you up whenever I start frying stuff. I mean, it's the same old as far as the ground beef. When it defrosts more, I'll put her in a crock pot. And then the liver, after that defrosts, I'll cut it up and put that in the crock pot towards the end, because like I said last time, I know it's dead, but I don't want to cook it to death. I don't want to suck out any excess or any of the vitamins that I might be able to get by it being not, cooked for hours and hours. So I do it for the last hour. These steaks, I'll fry those up or chuck roasts, whatever. And then I will do these. So that's what we're looking at here in a little while. All right. Oh, and for breakfast, I still had my perfect keto collagen for breakfast with my, I need to order some more of these. Alpine Start. I think I said that last week. Anyway, so the Alpine Start coffee along with my ghee and some heavy cream. And that was my coffee. I'm still sipping around on that. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I won't be doing anything extra. Or I won't be eating for a while anyway. So that's what we're looking at, and I will come back when I get to cooking. So in here now I have just added, there's some liver, you can see that. I just cut it up into bite-sized pieces. Ground beef is getting there, and down in there is the those hamburgers. I just tossed them in here. I thought, well, hey, that'd have good flavor. They were bacon and cheddar. So that's in there. And what else is in there? The liver, the hamburgers. And then I put some seasonings on it. Put some Himalayan salt. I put some Redmond salt. I put some potassium. Here, I'm turning them all around. And garlic salt. So that's the seasonings that I just used in there. So we'll see if it's enough or not. But so then this, as usual, this time, I'm always changing things up. I'm going to cook up a bunch of eggs and see how many of those. I maybe have enough to have 3 a day and see how much that weighs, and then add the ground beef to the eggs. The ground beef liver to the eggs. So then, and that's how many lunches I will have. Just some nice, gentle eggs with some ground beef and liver. Here we have my version of scrambled eggs. I've got, put all 18 of these eggs in there. So I'm going to scramble those up. And so that'll be 6 breakfasts, and then whenever the ground beef is done, I will add that in. And so that, or not breakfast, I still say that. I drink my protein or my collagen coffee for breakfast, so this is my lunch. Again, eggs and ground beef with liver is gonna be lunch. So yeah, so I got me a little protein eggs, and I'm not gonna lie, I do not go and blow the money on organic, grass-fed, all that stuff at this time. Maybe later I will, but these are doing what I need them to do. So the liver and ground beef and steakums ended up being 10 ounces and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in 9 containers. So what, 90 ounces. So I put the eggs on top of it, and I just did 6 containers. So now I'm going to do 9 more eggs so I can have them in those containers. And I will store them in the freezer. I actually ate some the other day that I pulled out of the freezer, and I had made it probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it still tasted good. I'm not very much, I'm pretty tolerant when it comes to textures and stuff. So yeah, so it's not, those things aren't a huge ordeal for me. But yeah, so that's the ground beef and liver and steakums and eggs. So those will be my lunches for the next week and a half. Just look at that goodness. That is that chuck roast. It's frying. We got 30 seconds. I think I set the timer for 6 minutes. So That is the beef chuck roast with some butter in there. Man, oh man. If this was smell-o-vision, ooh-wee. I think I may add a little more butter to that one. Let's see. Where's my butter? Butter, 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 butter. Get a little more butter in there. Oh, somebody's barking. Alright, so let's flip this bad boy over. Like I said, that's pretty doggone thick. You can see how thick it is. So, I'm gonna, it will definitely still be very, definitely medium on the inside. How's that liquid doing over there? Whoa, I flung it all over the place. That's how I roll around here. I'm gonna stick a little more butter in here, because when I'm done, I'll do like I did with the salmon. I'll pour the liquid off of here into, I'm going to cook the salmon in there. I don't think you're supposed to cook fish. Well, I mean, you can cook it in cast iron, but I think you're supposed to like designate a skillet to it, and I don't like fish that much to where I want one skillet for fish. Yuck. EU, as my dad would say when I was a kid. EU. So now I gotta try to flip this bad boy over. Come on. Man, that was a workout. Boy, oh boy. So, look at that. Now, let me get my seasonings back over here. Where'd they go? This and this. So we have, I did the other side, but we have our Redmond salt. Got to make sure we have plenty of salt when you're doing carnivore, because without those carbs, your body I do not know where that cut out at. But anyway, you want to make sure you're getting your, that's garlic salt. Probably not the wisest, but you know, I put it on there. Anyway, you're peeing out your electrolytes, because for every ounce of carbohydrates you eat, you hold 1 ounce or 3 to 4 ounces of water. So this is potassium. I use this every week. It's a sodium-free salt. Alternative. Where's it at? No salt, sodium-free. Anyway, oh, they're potassium. Anyway, so yeah, you pee out your salt. So you want to make sure you get salt added. Okay, we're going to turn this for 5, 6 more minutes, and I'll be back. So here's where we are. I have the steaks over here resting. I'll cut those up in a little bit. Dumped all the juices and butter and stuff in here. So now I am frying up some tilapia. I don't like fish by any stretch of the imagination, but I know it has some good omegas in it, and I am trying to get what I can get naturally versus through a lot of supplementation. I already supplement my potassium, sodium, and magnesium, and calcium, and vitamin D. So I'd rather, let's see, that's potassium, sodium, magnesium, vitamin E, and calcium. So I already supplement 5 things. The rest of it I'm really trying to get naturally. So yeah, I know fish has good things, and eggs has good things, and liver has good things. And if I knew how to do pop-up, I would put it right here and tell you all the good vitamins and stuff that are in everything. But yeah, I don't know how to do all that editing stuff, so you're stuck with having to Google it yourself. Or if I can remember, maybe I could put it down in the description. Which, by the way, if you like watching my videos and you want to get an alert, you can click the subscribe button and then click the bell. Subscribe, you know, it'll tell you when I have one, but the bell will let you know when I've uploaded a new one. Subscribe just means it'll pop up as you're looking at your subscribed, at all your subscribed channels. But the bell will send you a notification whether you want it through email or whatever. But anyway, so yep, I'm going to fry these little bad boys up. How's the bacon? Ooh, bacon looks good. I'm going to pull that out next. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause so I can do that. And the last two tilapias. And then I'll do the shrimp. It's almost kind of like it's deep frying without the batter. Yum! So I'm putting it in there. Little glass container. Just because it's fresh out of grease and I sure don't want to melt my plastic containers. Yeah, let me go get the shrimp. And here we go. Got the shrimp in there. Now I'm going to cook that for, I think they're fully cooked. I just think it'll be nice to, have it. I like things to kind of all be connected. So, for example, my liver and my ground beef and my steakums, they were all cooked together. And so, that's all, all going to have the same flavor, same seasonings. My steaks, they had, they all fried in butter with the same seasonings. And then I use the same seasonings for my tilapia and now my shrimp. So when I eat them together, they're all going to have similar flavorings. And that just totally cooled down that grease because they were still pretty darn cold. So I'm going to finish cooking these, or not really cooking them, but I want to heat them up so it can take on that flavor. And then I'll show you how I put it all together. You've already seen my lunches, so I'll be putting that spinach, or dadgummit, shrimp, along with my tilapia and my steaks. You'll see how I just put it all together for my nice meals. Here's the spread we're looking at. So tilapia, ground beef, or what was that? What did we say? Chuck roast, it's fried up like steak, and shrimp. So I'm going to put that into my containers and show you how it will be, and then I'll just nuke it at work every day for supper. So here we go. We have shrimp, steak. There you can see the tilapia. Under this one, you can see tilapia. So this will be my suppers for the week. And I still have some left over from last week, so that'll get me through the weekend and next weekend. So have a great week.